So I could definitely see
Yo! Wait, I gotta hear that again. Welcome in, everybody. You are loved, you are amazing. We're at the mid-season patch for the season 6 bust down. They finally brought back the taser, dude. We're about to do a little reaction to Hazed and Confused YouTube channel. I'll put his link down below. Be sure to show some love to the homie. But yeah, let's check it out. It's the first video I saw on it. We're about to play some of it today and some Once Human, so I appreciate you tuning in. I'm a variety streamer, so we play a lot of stuff. So we be covering a lot of stuff here. So if you're all about shooters, you're all about survival games, be sure to hit that subscribe, man. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later. Let's go.
All right, so the mid-season patch is finally here, bringing some size.
What are y'all excited about? What are you excited about?
What to do is pull out what stood out to me.
Let me know what you're excited about. Like, honestly, are you excited to have tasers back in the game? Let me know.
Most and cut through all the fluff. So if you found this video informative, please smash that like button.
Oh, I got you.
Small button for you, but it means the world to me. And subscribe for all.
I'm gonna like now before I forget.
Things the finals. Let's jump into it. To start things off, we have a new TDM specific arena brought to us by Nullifier.
I'm down.
Bagans, called Alpha Active Peace.
I'm down. I actually been liking the TDMs a lot. The TDM's been a lot of fun.
For the close quarters event. This looks honestly pretty sick, and I can't wait to jump in and try it myself.
God, dude, the finals make such good maps and cosmetics. It's insane, dude. This map is beautiful.
We have 20 potential prizes on the Wheel of Trust, and you can hand in daily contracts for tickets and spin to unlock.
You honestly can get all these done. You honestly can get all these done.
But at the end of the day, to me, these cosmetics are free.
Yeah.
And on top of all that,
you honestly can get them all. If you play it and do this every day,
days.
I'm telling you, I agree.
These patch notes,
W, brother.
Beginning with the arena carrybles. We have
all right, nice.
Far the biggest addition in the finals, and that
is
the healing canister. Now, this canister can single-handedly bring the data reshaper into the meta because
healing canister.
Beam, when you can simply change any canister or carryable into a healing
canister. To heal over time.
Has so much
how long? How much?
Change up team comps as well as strategies. And
oh wow!
Ideas this player base comes
wow, is this actually meta change? Let me know. Comment. Let me know. Seriously, I think it's pretty good.
By 10%, and
I think pretty good.
Range has increased from 6 to 6.5 meters, making them slightly easier to pick up. Now, I don't know if this counts for player statues as well.
I'm down
because that extra range would definitely come in clutch. Speaking of decorative carrybles,
the range is decent.
These count as plant pots, chairs, signs, etc. The medium form of these carrybles has had their impact damage increase from 50 to 60, and the larger carrybles from 50 to 70 impact damage.
Dang!
So let your opponent know that they're trash, then picking up a literal trash can and eliminating them with it.
Bro, we're doing that today. We're gonna do that on stream today. We're gonna make a video and try to get finishing kills with throwables, dude.
There should definitely be an achievement for that. The Little Chief Moolah Charm has received a much needed buff from 25% to 100%.
Increase the moo rate of the Little Chief Moolah Charm. Meaning now you move for 100% every kill. Oh, that's nice.
It will now moo every single time you get a kill.
Oh
now,
my god, I need a move. I need it. I think I already have it on actually.
Increase to its size to make it easier to shoot. And the stun gun is now known as the Nullifier. Players that are hit with the Nullifier will be put into a void-like state for several seconds, during which they cannot attack or use items. However, they are still able to move and are completely impervious to damage or effects from items. So I could definitely see
Yo! Wait, I gotta hear that again. That is nuts!
Now, on to gadgets.
That is nuts!
Got an increase to its size to make it easier to shoot. And the stun gun is now known as the Nullifier. Players that are hit with
my
will
gosh,
be put into a void-like state for several seconds.
What are y'all's thoughts on this?
Attack or use items. However, they are still able to move and are completely impervious to damage or effects from items. So I can definitely see this going both ways. Either the enemy you're engaging will have a sliver of health and the light on your team, rather than just, you know, simply shoot one more bullet and eliminate them. Decides it's a good idea to whip out the Nullifier and do the enemy a favor by making them completely impervious to damage, allowing them to possibly escape. Or, on the other hand, save your life by ensuring the opponent does not get that last shot off. I am definitely very excited to see how the players use this gadget and adapt it to the format. Next, we have special.
That is insane. He didn't take any damage, but oh my gosh, that is almost game breaking. That the healing one is like okay. I feel like in my personal opinion, could be meta, could be not. But that right there, that just changed the game. That just changed Oh my god, that just changed the game in so many ways. It's actually insane.
The winch claw.
Oh my gosh,
now
that's
force
insane.
The player into an uncontrolled state. What this
Okay.
will do is make the bullet dispersion and recoil feel as if they are falling. They also mentioned this later down in the patch notes, but
Porter, welcome in, brother.
Here since we're talking about it anyway.
Happy Thursday, brother. Happy Thursday.
Issue where the winch claw would not pull through the smoke. So to me,
You were loved and amazing, brother. How you been, man? What new games you been playing?
that's a great quality of life fix and will make the specialization even more viable. Onto weapons.
That's
the 50 caliber
insane.
Akimbo received a nerf to its range, bringing down its damage fall off minimum
Good.
range from 37.5 to
I personally
35
think that's a good
meters, and
idea.
decrease its max damage fall off range from 47.5.
I think that's
to
good.
42
That's needed. That's needed.
Now,
That's needed.
I don't know who's trying to
Let me know if y'all disagree with these or agree with these, but I think that is needed.
snipe with this weapon, but I can guarantee you 37.5 meters is more than enough range for most engagements. I think this is a good change and it's
Same.
quite reasonable. Next, we have the 93R with a buff to its range, increasing its damage fall off minimum range from 28 meters to 32 meters.
Okay,
and increasing
pretty
its
good.
damage fall off max range from 35 meters to 40 meters. However,
Okay.
the weapon will do slightly less damage at range, with a decrease to its damage fall off
Okay.
multiplier
I don't know how I feel about this one.
2.4.
I don't know how I feel about this one.
ARN 220. Got a
I don't
decrease
know.
in its quick reload animation speed from 0.95
Oh,
seconds
what?
to 0.75 seconds. This was aimed to make the weapon feel less clunky.
Wow.
However, I would rather have them make it so that the first mag had a threshold that, if crossed, allowed the player to quick reload at their leisure.
I agree, I
For
agree, I
example,
agree.
If your first mag
I
went
agree.
down to only 9 bullets, as soon as it crossed a 10 bullet threshold,
Yeah.
the player would be able to quick reload to the secondary mag.
That's a good hot take. That's a good hot take. But I agree with reloading quicker should be a fact because that quick reload to the second mag, in my opinion, doesn't really. It's not fast enough. It's not like I'm putting a whole clip down and then we gotta switch over, right? It's pretty quick per se, but it's just not enough because the gun doesn't have enough damage to really like. Let me switch over real quick and do like 5 or 10 more damage bullets, right? You still almost got two whole mags to take down a tank just about like in regular fighting. You know what I'm saying? They're saying still headshots, obviously, but. Man, the average player is going to take them 2 full clips. Not everyone has beams, you know what I'm saying? Even though the gun shoots like a laser, having decrease that animation is going to help a lot.
But then again, that's just my
Help a lot.
opinion. Let's move on.
A W hot take.
Next, we have the Cerberus. This dog definitely did have its day.
Yeah,
And now
it was pretty
it's
good.
Receiving a nerf with
Finally.
a decrease
Thank
in pellet
Lord.
count from
Thank
12
you.
to 11.
Thank you.
Effectively lowering the max damage per shot from 120 to 110.
Thank you.
This excludes the fire damage though. So to compensate for the decrease in pellets, they did update the pellet pattern to retain similar coverage per shot. This
Okay.
is all in the hopes to bring it back in line with the rest of the weapons.
Yeah,
As
it's
for the
out. That gun
FAMAS,
was
this
cracked.
weapon has luckily lived to see another meta, being that its nerf is very slight, with a decrease in damage fall off minimum range
Okay.
from 37.5 to 35 meters, and damage
Okay.
fall off max range from 47.5 to 42.5
My thing is, the
meters.
FAMAS is cracked, bro. The FAMAS has always been cracked for like at least like 3 seasons now, and it's still good. Like, in my personal opinion, the spread is a little worse from last season. Now that getting damage fall off in range, it's still good. It's still gonna beam. It's still gonna do work. But the Cerberus for sure needed that. A lot of these needed it, except for the 93R, in my opinion. Yeah, I could have went with or without. You know what I'm saying? That was not as critical. Playing some Roblox, brother W Roblox. I've never played Roblox a day in my life or had downloaded it. I should probably actually do that because I'm supposed to be playing X Factor here soon.
basically giving the weapon a
We're having a
slightly
collab on
shorter
Roblox soon.
range. With that being said, though, it has still more range than the FCAR, so
That's
this nerf
insane,
again is
bro.
really not that bad. As for the minigun, the dev team is currently monitoring this weapon because apparently it is easy for some to keep this weapon spun up while moving, aka juggling the spin up state. In my personal opinion, this is an acquired skill with the minigun.
I
see
agree.
it being
You have to play a
extremely
lot.
potent at a very high level.
You gotta
but
play a
for
lot
the
to do
majority
that.
Of the player base, I rarely see this weapon being used to its max potential. If
I
this
agree.
were incredibly easy to do and apply in the arena, I would be all for the adjustments.
Yeah, one of my hot takes about minigun is that it doesn't need to be nerfed just yet or taken out the game. It is strong, but it's all about positioning. If you know a guy has a minigun, for aka you're a light, aka you're a medium, light use movement, get behind them. You know what I'm saying? Position up better if you're a medium. I mean, both of them position to be fair. Light's a lot easier to position, but it's all about position. Like, this gun is really good when they're shooting. That's it. When they're running around, moving around, they're so easy targets. Just get away from them, make them chase you, getting that rev down, and they're beamable, dude. So the minigun isn't as good as people make it seem to be. It is crazy, but it's not that crazy.
In my opinion,
let me know what y'all think.
It takes quite a bit of practice to take complete advantage of. Now, onto the bread and butter of this patch. For two weapons I am quite frankly excited to use. That is the Model 1887.
Yeah, the model's gonna go crazy.
To its RPM from 75 to 77. They did this by decreasing the pump action.
I'm ready to get the model back in the action, bro. I haven't used it in a while since the server's been so dominating, you know what I'm saying?
Farther ranges. By increasing the damage fall off minimum range from 15 to 20 meters and maximum range from 25 to 30 meters. However, it received a decrease in the damage fall off multiplier from 0.7 to 0.6.
That's not enough to really make a difference.
Now does slightly less damage at range.
That's fine.
State that these changes are aimed to buff it very slightly while increasing its effective range to give it more of a unique feel compared to the other shotguns. All in the hope that this weapon remains viable, but not like previous metas where it was overly used and effective.
I agree, but I am happy to get back in it because the server's been just running so much, dude. Having that back in the rotation is great. I'm gonna start using that again.
Revolver. Or in other words, the R.357.
Yes, sir. That's the medium one.
By increasing its damage fall off minimum range,
which is so good, so much fun. But it has a high skill cap though.
And fall off maximum range from 40 to 44 meters.
You gotta play it a lot.
Just like the model and the 93R, they did decrease its damage fall off multiplier from 0.45 to 0.4, meaning the weapon damage at range.
I remember sniping people across the map with this gun, bro. So I'm glad I did that.
Getting a sizable nerf to its rate of fire from 200 to 190 RPM. However, they decreased the length of the magazine rotation animation from 1.1 seconds to 0.8 seconds. This will effectively speed up the weapon's fire rate when firing more than 4 shots. What this will do is help the readability of the weapon and make it more accessible to a wider audience. They also updated the magazine rotation animation, so it's a little easier to see.
Not a lot of people run that, to be fair.
To retain somewhat of the same
in my opinion, people don't use this gun. It's not that good.
Spear, they fixed the rare cases where the swing attack would not damage nearby enemy contestants. And lastly, we had the sword.
Rare case where spin attack would not damage, really?
Where they fixed an issue that made it possible to perform an unintended strike with a sword during a secondary attack. This is more commonly known as phantom strikes.
Yeah, swords are like low-key broken. They did get nerfed. I still, like to this day, I talk about it on stream, I still feel like swords got nerfed in the ground. They low-key got targeted. In my personal opinion, they're still good. Like, that's how good swords are and how they were before. And people started learning how to use them, which made them, people like, oh, we hate it, and they got targeted. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion, that can happen in any gun. Any gun can be used to such a high degree and be, you know what I'm saying? Like the hammer, for example, anything like with all these new movements, the healing orb, like all these things, like, if it gets used too much and it gets too annoying, it's gonna get nerfed on the ground. I feel like it's happening with a sword, and I just feel bad because I used to do swords a lot. Swords were a blast, so much fun, especially with the dash charge attack. It's just so good. I just still feel like it's just unlucky, man. I just don't know really what else to say about sword other than I don't even know. It's just unlucky, but it is sad to see they got targeted though.
Bug fixes,
sword users, that is.
Only pulling out the things that I thought were important, starting with increasing the club size to 100.
Club size.
In the practice round,
like the clubs in the game. Oh, that's nice.
Now enter with up to 5 players. As
nice.
Deathmatch, they tweak the backfill conditions to always allow backfill in the first round or in later rounds with at least 3 minutes remaining, and no team having more than 15 kills. This is one problem that has been persisting for quite a long time. They fixed an issue where the effects like sonar tracking would remain visible for an extended period of time. Although they fixed the most prominent cause of this issue, there are still some cases where it can happen. So I guess you could say this is somewhat of a partial fix to this bug, or in other words, exploit. Las Vegas 2032 is now back in the public map for quick cash, terminal attack, and
I like that one.
Tournament. In Kyoto, they finally adjusted and removed several cash out locations in the bamboo forest and
that's
near
nice.
the Villa compound.
I don't like the bamboo area in my personal opinion. Like, you can just see someone, the bamboo hitbox in my opinion is too big and absorbs too many bullets in my personal opinion. Let me know what y'all think about the bamboo forest, man. Is it really that good or am I just buns? But I feel like the bullets just absorb so much damage, just overrated, bro.
And that's pretty much the entire mid-season patch. So I'm as short as I could possibly make it.
Okay. Let me know down in the comments, man, on what you think about my hot takes. Right here, Savage hot takes. Let me know. Let me know about you guys hopping in the chat, man. Hazed and confused. Thank you for the video, man. Thank you for breaking it down, making it a very short, enjoyable video covering so much. Thank you so much, brother. You were loved and amazing. Be sure to check out his content down below. There will be a link. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. You were loved and amazing. Keep hearing that positivity. Yes, sir.